After an optimization problem has been created and populated with variables, constraints, and objective function, or has been read from a file, call the method problem.optimize to solve the problem. This method has an optional flag argument that indicates the type of solver to be invoked. If no flag is passed, by default the type of solver is determined based on the type of problem. If all variables are continuous, the problem is solved as a continuous optimization problem using our LP solver. Problems that are linear or quadratically constrained containing integer variables will be solved by the MIP solver. In case the problem contains non-quadratic, non-conic, nonlinear constraints, Express Global or Express Nonlinear will be used depending on the licenses available. The problem.optimize function returns both the solve and solution statuses of the optimization run, which can also be queried as a problem attribute via the call problem.attributes followed by the attribute name. Solve status provides information about the optimization run process and whether it has completed successfully or not, while sol status classifies the optimization run according to whether an optimal or feasible solution has been found, or alternatively indicates if the problem is infeasible or unbounded. The returned objects can then be compared with the possible solve and solution status constants in the Express module, and their name can be conveniently queried by invoking the name property of the corresponding attribute. After solving a continuous or mixed integer problem, the method problem.getSolution returns a list with an optimal solution. As an argument to the function, a list, a dictionary, a set, or NumPy array can be passed to select decision variables. In these examples, solution values are queried for a specific variable by passing its name or object, for an expression, and several variables are queried by passing a list. The full solution vector can be obtained if passing no arguments to the function. In case an optimal solution was not found but a feasible solution is available, these methods will return the same data based on the best feasible solution found. Similarly, the method getSlacks retrieves the slack, which is the difference between the right-hand side, the constant term, and the left-hand side, or the variable terms, of one or more constraints of the problem with respect to the solution found. The method can be passed the constraint indices, constraint names, constraint objects, and also works with lists of constraints, just as in the examples shown. For problems with only continuous variables, you can use the methods problem.getDuals and problem.getRCosts to return the list of dual variables and reduced costs, respectively. Their usage is similar to that of problem.getSlacks, in that it works with indices, names, objects of the constraints, or variables. Note that the functions used for querying a problem obtain a copy of the whole solution when called. We recommend making only one call to any such function and storing the result in a list that can be consulted in a loop, thus avoiding repeated calls to the same functions. You can try out the Python API methods for solving and querying a problem by running the Python notebook modeling example. In the last code cell of the notebook, the solve and solution status objects are populated by the optimize call. Right after the optimization solver logs, the labels associated with the values of these objects are printed by our program, as well as an array with the values of the decision variables for the best solution found, if any. As we can observe in the last output cell after running all code cells, the solve is classified as completed with an optimal solution found and printed in the output log.